Hi, Kevin here. Well, we have not made any cookies in quite a while, so this morning we're going to fix some French butter cookies. Now, these cookies are truly remarkable. They are crispy, they are a little bit crumbly, and they are totally delicious. Now, to save time, I'm going to mix the cookie dough in my stand mixer, but you could absolutely use a bowl and a stout spoon to mix the dough, or you could use electric beaters. Okay, and the first ingredient is the butter. You'll need 140 grams or 10 tablespoons of some good quality room temperature butter. This is Irish Kerrygold butter. Put that in the bowl. Sorry about using my fingers. And then add a half cup of regular granulated sugar. Half cup is 100 grams. And I'm going to put on the paddle attachment. And I'm going to beat the butter and sugar just until it turns light and fluffy. That's going to take 2 to 3 minutes, and this machine is loud, so we will come back. All right. The butter and sugar look light and fluffy, so now I'm going to add 1 large room temperature egg. You want the egg to be at room temperature so that it mixes into the dough very easily. Also going to add 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And then you want to beat this in at medium speed just until all of the ingredients are well combined. Okay, we're all mixed here. Now I just want to scrape down the bowl. Just make sure nothing is clinging to the sides of the bowl. Get all of that off the spatula. And then going to mix up the dry ingredients. Okay, for the dry ingredients, you will need 2 cups or 260 grams of regular all-purpose flour, plus a half teaspoon of baking powder, and now if you used salted butter, you want to add just a 1/4 teaspoon of salt to the dry ingredients. I used unsalted butter, so I'm going to use a half teaspoon of salt. And then just whisk the flour and salt and baking powder together. And I did weigh this flour. 260 grams, if I forgot to mention that. Okay, get this out of the way. Bring the mixer over so you can see. And then just pour all of the flour mixture into the butter mixture. And then beat at low speed just until the flour disappears into the wet ingredients. And we'll come back when this is all mixed. Okay, we're all mixed here. Scrape off the paddle attachment. Yeah, when I was in France, just about every bakery and every newsstand sold these butter cookies. In France, they're called Sablé Breton. And again, they are super delicious. All right, now scrape down the bowl. And if this dough is really soft, you'll want to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes before rolling it out. Yeah, we have to roll out the cookie dough. And let's see how this is. I have to put my hand in here. Yeah, this is pretty soft. So I'm going to pop this into the refrigerator for 30 minutes and then I'll come back to show you the next step. Actually, to make life a little easier, I'm going to wrap the dough in cling film. I think it will chill faster that way. Make sure you get all of it off the spatula. Don't want to waste any of that expensive butter. And then wrap it up, pat it out a little. Okay, and then pop this into the refrigerator, again, for 30 minutes. All right, the dough has chilled. The butter has firmed up, so this dough should be much easier to work with now. So then cut the dough in half. Just eyeball it. Put one half in this bowl over here, set it aside. And then form the dough into a ball, just to make it a little more malleable. And then I'm going to roll the dough between 2 sheets of parchment paper. Just flatten it out into a disc. Yeah, you could try rolling the dough between sheets of cling film. I've tried that and it doesn't work out very well. I mean, the cling film gets it develops creases and then you have creases in the dough. It's not very nice. All right, so we want to roll this dough to a thickness of about 1/4 inch. And then, to make sure that no creases form in the parchment paper, just flip the paper from time to time. Yeah, this is a very nice dough. This recipe makes approximately 30 cookies. Let's see, are we at 1/4 inch? Yes, we are. I just want to even the dough out over here a little. Okay, and then, hate to tell you, but this needs to go into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Just to make the dough firm enough so that when you go to cut out rounds of dough, the job is fairly easy to do. Okay, I'm going to pop this into the refrigerator, or you could even put this in the freezer for about 15 minutes. I think I'll put mine in the freezer, and then I'll come back and we will punch out the cookies. All right, while the dough is chilling, I'm going to go ahead and make the egg wash that's going to be brushed on top of the cookies. And what I have here is 1 egg at room temperature, and then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of half and half. You could use heavy cream here or even milk. What the half and half, or the cream will do, is give the cookies a really nice sheen. So you just stir that together with a fork. Okay, I'm going to fetch the dough and then we'll cut out the cookies. All right, it's time to cut out the cookies. What I have here is a 2-inch diameter biscuit or cookie cutter. And these cookies in France always have a fluted edge, so I am using a fluted cutter. And I have some flour here just in case the dough decides to stick to the cutter. This dough is very, very cold because it was in the freezer. Very nice. Here's one of the cookies. And then, as you work, transfer the cookies to a parchment-lined baking sheet. Also, preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, which I forgot to do, so hold on one second. There, done. Okay, so I'm going to continue cutting out these cookies, and when they're done, or when I finish cutting them out anyway, I'll come back. Okay, I've cut out the first cookies, and now you definitely save the scraps. And what you do is just gather the scraps together, form them into a ball, press them into a disc, and then roll them out as before. Okay, and I'll come back when all of the cookies are rolled out. Are pressed out. Okay, all of my cookies are pressed out. I only got 24 cookies out of this because I did not roll my dough as thinly as I could have, but that's all right. So now, brush the tops with the egg and cream mixture. Yeah, this egg and cream is going to give, or egg and half, I should say, is going to give the cookies a gorgeous sheen. Of course, it's going to help them to brown as well. So these cookies are crisp, slightly crumbly, and, well, they're absolutely delicious. Okay, I'm going to finish brushing these cookies and then I'll come back to show you the next step. So, these French butter cookies always have a crosshatch pattern on them, and you could use a fork to make that pattern just as you would if you were making peanut butter cookies. But I think a very nice way to make the crosshatches is with a toothpick or a wooden skewer like this. You'll have more control then, and you can make really neat designs. So I'm just drawing some lines in this. Let me zoom in so you can see a little better. Which one are we working on? This one. Okay. Zoom in even more. I'm going to go crosswise. I'm just going to do 3 lines here. Okay, let me hold this up so you can see. All right, I'll do one more cookie here. Can you even see? Yes, I think you can see. There, I'll finish these and then we're going to bake them off. All right, these are ready for the oven, and I'm going to let them bake just until they begin to color around the edges and they color just slightly at the tops. That's going to take about 14 minutes. So you want to keep eyes on things. Depending on your oven, this could take 16 minutes or it could take 12 minutes. Okay, we'll be back. All right, here are the cookies. I don't know what happened to these two. Okay, they were delicious. And I let these cookies bake a little bit longer because I wanted them a little browner. And I did bake one tray at a time. Okay, I'm going to let these cool, then I'll transfer them to wire racks, and then we'll have a taste. Okay, here's a cookie. I don't know if you can see the crosshatch markings. I'll hold it right up to the lens. Yeah, these are very beautiful cookies. So it's time for a taste. This is my third cookie, but it's only my first cookie on camera. Very buttery. Just the right amount of salt. It's crispy. It's a little bit crumbly, and again, just totally delicious. So I hope you will give these French butter cookies a try someday. I will post the list of ingredients in the description box below, so be sure to click the little show more tag. And thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm going to brew some tea and probably enjoy another cookie or two. And by the way, these do freeze beautifully. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.